Yeah.
It's George.
It's Elaine.
Come on up.
Hey, what are you listening to?
I never heard anything like this in my life. Listen to this.
This is exciting! This is exciting! Huh? Did I miss anything already?
Kramer, get in!
Where's the crazy man?
Hey! Sit down. Come on, it's about to start.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Nip.
Hey, Nip. I'm Matt.
How you doing, buddy?
Hello. I'm doing well. Let's talk a little Seinfeld news.
Okay.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
What? What?
Did you watch last week's Comedian in Cars?
Not yet.
Just one comedian?
There are two comedians.
Two comedians.
I did watch comedians in cars getting sex, though.
Did you?
Per somebody's recommendation on Facebook.
All right, let's go with your news first. What is that, if you have to guess?
Well, it's the... I didn't even realize they did it. It's done. They did another porn... Anything Jerry Seinfeld, I guess, puts his hands on, they're going to do a porn parody, and James Dean is going to star as the Jerry Seinfeld.
I have not seen this yet. Is it like the Seinfeld porn parody? Like he has the outfit?
Yeah, and they set it up. I enjoy watching it. I gotta tread lightly here in how I say this, but I really like seeing...
This is a Christian podcast.
Yes, but the same director who did the Seinfeld XXX parodies, he did this. So you get the sense that he's a real Seinfeld fan, and he wants to kind of make it look as Seinfeld as possible. You see the cutaways to coffee brewing, and then you see wide shots of Jerry driving his truck. They're doing a truck.
Oh,
but the comedian, air quotes, that he has on this week is Sarah Silverman, and I don't get how I guess they spell the names differently. But
they're able to avoid a lawsuit or something.
Yeah, because I think he spells his name Geri, and I don't know how he spelled Sarah Silverman. Huh. But they're in the truck talking, and they're making...
One thing leads to another.
Yeah, yes. But the funny thing is, you know how Jerry, real life Jerry, non-porn Jerry, is always cracking up at whatever his host or his guest for the week says, in the car? They made it a point of porn Jerry, everything the guest said, he'd crack up as if to make a joke about real life Jerry always cracking up on the show. Like finding everything that his guest said to be funny.
That's actually...
So I found that amusing.
Yeah,
like a
that's
nice little...
very clever.
A clever jab at interoffice politics, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Well, I might have to check this out purely as a Seinfeld fan, but I actually forgot all about one of our listeners mentioning that, and I've just been sticking with the normal...
The clean version.
The clean version, just comedians, cars, coffee. And actually all the things... I wanted to complain about were things you brought up. I was watching the Steve Harvey one, and what's up with all the cutaways? My God, it cuts so much that I never get my bearings with this show. And another thing was, Jerry laughing, no matter who the guest is, laughing at everything they have to say. But these, these 3-4 hour film shoots are edited down to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I never can track the joke or the humor, really, of the situation. I don't know if you relate to that, if our listeners do, but no. I'm a little lukewarm on comedians in cars lately.
Well, people have said that it's gotten so overproduced now, which is actually kind of true. And if you go back to the old episodes, they have that raw feel to it. And those ones are, I think, more enjoyable, more conversational, which is what we like.
Yeah, absolutely. I always bring up the Larry David episode or the Michael Richards episode. And I feel like they were longer early on, 25 to 30 minutes.
I think you're right.
Maybe.
Well, it actually used to be them sitting down having coffee, and now it's them walking up to the car, driving in the car, getting out of the car.
Coffee, then
no
meal
coffee.
somewhere else.
You see a cutaway of coffee.
Huh.
And then they're back. That's a joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It did not go over.
Cut that out. Well, I bring up comedians because this coming week, I guess at least by the time this episode comes out, we'll have Jim Carrey on, which I'm really looking forward to.
Well, that's going to be a good one. Is it bearded Jim Carrey?
Yes.
I like him with the beard.
But what else was in the news? Yes. This got brought up last week after we finished recording. I don't know if you've been following it, but it's the whole like Jerry Seinfeld politically correct comments he made. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I don't. It's funny because I don't watch a lot of news. I don't keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on, really. I just find it all kind of very depressing. But the few media outlets I do watch, everybody's talking about this PC wave that America has kind of fallen into or arrived at, and Jerry's now part of it. In that I think the big takeaway was that he won't play universities anymore and colleges because the audience, the students, are so PC. And he even will go further and say they don't know what it means to be racist or what it means to be misogynist. They just kind of throw these terms out. And he even points at his own daughter. When Jerry makes a joke, his daughter will be the first to say, "Oh, that's racist." And he's not even making a racist joke. He's just making a comment, and she's throwing out this term without proper usage or meaning.
It made me think of you, though. When we became friends, when we met for the first time, it was at college, and it was seeing Jerry Seinfeld at Michigan State at the Wharton Center. And yeah, it's kind of sad to think like, man, this guy, if he sticks to his word and he doesn't perform at colleges, how many friendships are not going to form like ours? That's
really sad. No future podcast devoted to Seinfeld will come out of this now.
Yeah. But what he said, though, I mean, we don't need to talk about this that much. I think it's just this whole trending story. This isn't even news. It's just like, hey, can we stir up some debate? I think that's all these news outlets and websites want to do, get some traffic going.
Well, Seinfeld is about to debut on Hulu, so keep that in mind.
Yes, that's a very good point. I am in total agreement with Jerry, though. As a comedian, that is. Like, I think people are a little too PC when it comes to comedy and humor.
A little.
This has come up, I think, a lot over the past couple of years because everyone has a cell phone. And, I mean, look at what's his name? The new Daily Show host. I forget his name. Trevor Noah. Like, everyone's digging up his old Twitter accounts, jokes that, first of all, weren't even funny to begin with, and out of the thousands holding those against him, who he is, it just, I don't know. I never understood why comedians are held under so much scrutiny.
That's what being a comedian is. You walk into a club, there is this kind of unwritten agreement that anything can be said, and it's all in jest. It's meant to be a joke. Yeah. They don't mean these things, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And I feel bad just because we have so much to talk about. I think both of us feel the same way. I think most of our listeners probably feel the same way.
I don't know. They're on another level.
But I think we're in Jerry's camp here. And, I mean, we'll be as PC as we can because we're not comedians. But, yeah, when it comes to the funny people on this planet, I think they are allowed to make jokes as long as it's funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, really not much to say about this. It's kind of, I think, really stupid how much traction it's gotten, to be frank. But
I agree.
You mentioned Hulu. Perfect timing, actually, because we're recording this kind of late in the week, Wednesday morning, and Hulu just released an episode. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, I did not. I'm not a Hulu member yet. I'm on the fence about it.
Well, this is if you're a Hulu member. Unfortunately, it's not, for people just to try out the streaming service, but they were doing 7 days of Seinfeld, where each day they release an episode leading up to the 24th, when they'll release the entire series. And there's this cool little graphic of 7 individual Seinfeld items that are hinting at what episode it's going to be.
Oh.
And I don't know if you can see this. So, Vinny, right here, you can see it. You got a pair of binoculars, a Chinese takeout box, a bowl, a tooth, a shark fin, a cigar, and then something that looks like a little, not a ribbon, but like a little award of sorts.
Oh, so the AIDS walk?
You'd think, right? Now... Or I was trying to figure all these out, right? So the binoculars, the one that came out today was the stakeout. That was their first of, I guess, the 7 best in Hulu's eyes.
So that means that there's not actually a pair of binoculars in the episode, but it's what the binoculars mean?
Yeah, like a stakeout.
Staking out. Okay, so we can't take them literal, because that's what I wanted to do.
Not necessarily. The Chinese takeout box.
Yeah.
Which episode?
Chinese restaurant.
There you go. A bowl that you might put
Soup Nazi.
There you go. A tooth. This is tough.
So it has to be one with Watley.
Very good. Very
I'm
good.
thinking either the Woody Woodpecker episode. I can never remember that name.
That's the mom and pop store.
Okay, that can't be right. I mean, that doesn't seem like the classic one they would use.
You're close with Watley, though.
The anti-dentite one.
Very good. Do you remember what it was called?
Hold on. Let's think about it. We can edit this down once I get it.
Remember we interviewed someone who thought that term would take off?
Peter Melman.
Yes. But he did say there was another term, another phrase in the episode took off instead.
Not yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It is that one?
Not salt, but
Pepper Johnson?
yeah, so that one's yada yada. Shark fin's tough. It's not a shark in the episode, but it deals with a very large body of water.
The marine biologist.
You got it? The cigar. Now,
that could be a couple. That could be the burning down of Susan's cabin or the cigar store Indian.
it's neither of those, believe it or not. It's an episode, season 9. He's putting on a show in the apartment.
That one?
Yeah.
What's the deal with politics? That one?
No.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this game.
Merv Griffin show.
Yeah,
there you
Does
go.
he even smoke a cigar in that?
He's like, oh, Merv Griffin's cigar. And then I think he has a cigar maybe while he's hosting. I'm guessing. And the last one is a little award. This is a season 4 episode, probably the best of the bunch.
The contest?
You got it.
Wait, what's the picture of?
It's like a little ribbon, like you'd award someone. Hey, I won.
Oh, I don't like these at all. Then these are terrible.
Okay, so I didn't get any inside tip about which episodes were going to show up on Hulu. Mm-hmm. This is the image they released on the streaming service, but on one random promotion page, they had for the 7 Days of Seinfeld a little sliver of each episode, like a little image. So I kind of connected the dots. So
Okay.
I might be wrong on a few of these, or yeah,
You're right. Trust your instincts. You're good. You're good at this.
Okay. But yeah, anyways, those are getting released each day. I assume they will end with the contest next or this coming Tuesday, and then boom, you get all of the episodes. Mm-hmm. And one thing I wanted to point out too, I just posted this image on Facebook. I wanted to check the aspect ratios of the DVD versus the Hulu streaming service. First of all, the Hulu streaming service looks great. I think the clarity or the quality of image is even better and sharper than the DVDs. It's really crisp, Mm-hmm.
Crispy crisp.
There you go. However, you do lose a bit of image. There's some cropping going on at the top and the bottom, especially the bottom. And it looks like you get just a little bit on the sides. I don't know if it all evens out. The amount you lose at the top and bottom is added to the sides, but it's enough to notice when you see the two compared side by side.
So if you want to watch it in 16:9, are you going to have to do the zoom in that they do in syndication, or is it still going to be 4:3?
I always get the two confused. 4:3 is more of your standard square.
That's the old school, yes. And then the
Yeah.
widescreen is the 16:9.
Oh yeah, you're going to lose a lot of image if you zoom in. So, but most people have laptops and widescreen TV nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll really notice. I didn't notice until I compared the two.
Okay.
But I personally like the original broadcast format because that's what was intended. Not saying
Of
it's
course.
the best, but it was the intended way the show was shot. So
I'm with you, Poppy.
okay. Should we move on to this week's episode?
Yes.
All right. What do we got?
We got episode 13 of season 4, The Pick, written by Larry David and Mark Jaffe, teleplay by Larry David, directed by Tom Sharonis, and it aired December 16th, 1992.
Mark Jaffe. We've heard that name before,
We have heard that name before.
but I don't remember which episode.
Neither do I.
Oh, God. Not prepared this week. Yeah, he's been brought on to be not a story consultant, but he's generated a few Seinfeld story ideas here or there.
I'm looking them up right now. So
Oh, right on. Well, while you're
Stand
looking
by.
that up, I'm going to add that Mark Jaffe contributed specifically the Elaine story of exposing her nipple on a Christmas card. Apparently, this came from his real life. He had received a Christmas card in which one of his male friends' genitalia was peeking out, as it were, from the clothes he was wearing. Inadvertently. This was not something like he posed. It wasn't one of your sex movies you're watching.
Your swing joints. Mark Jaffe wrote The Limo from 92, The Pick, and then The Bookstore in 1998. So he's got 3 credits writing, and then he was a program consultant on 7 episodes. Ex-Girlfriend, Pony Remark, The Jacket, Phone Message, Baby Shower, Chinese Restaurant, and The Busboy.
Sweet. What else do we got here? Guest star this episode. Sorry, Vinny, I'm jumping in on the whole
Go ahead.
casting.
Steal it.
Gina Hecht, though, is in this week's episode as Dana Foley.
And I'm sad to not learn that I was hoping she'd be related to Jessica Hecht.
Oh, yeah.
Cause same last name, but they're not.
She is probably best known for... I'm on your turf here. I don't like it. But
That's okay.
Mork and Mindy. At least that's what I know her from.
22 episodes.
But is that all? Really?
That's what I found on IMDb.
Wow. But she is a stage actress, and Jason Alexander and Gina Hecht actually starred in a play recently in Hollywood from April 21st to May 15th. It was a Neil Simon play, actually.
Oh, beautiful.
The Prisoner of Second Avenue, and I found a few pictures of them online. I'll post them on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. But it's kind of cool to see these, 2 classically trained actors in this episode, as well as, after the show 25 years later.
So you're saying they only worked together just recently in this Neil Simon play?
Oh, no. I'm not taking all your trivia.
Okay, because I was about to add, but please take it.
Okay, well, that's that. Some cool stuff from some actors this week. Jerry Seinfeld has mentioned that the Kramer underwear scene with the body tanner when he falls is one of his favorite moments.
He leaves a smudge on the wall, which is visible.
Oh, yeah. Michael Richards commented, though, in that scene when he has to wear underwear, how uncomfortable he was. I think he was a little embarrassed, and I guess for whatever reason, I don't think he didn't find it funny, but he was having a tough time, I think, really gelling with an audience, staring at him in his underwear between takes.
Understandably so.
Sure. Wayne Knight makes a brief appearance this episode as Newman.
Yes, he does.
Very brief appearance.
His comments, though, are really poetic in the way he describes Newman's role in the show.
So I want to jump in here with 2 things real quick about Wayne Knight's comments on that specific Christmas card scene. Are you talking about the analogy, the sports analogy he uses?
Absolutely, I am.
Can you take it right after I say this? Okay, because I love it. Wayne Knight apparently thinks that this is the episode when Newman falls in love with Elaine because he sees her, her nipple. Mm-hmm. 1. 2, he was a little critical of the scene, how Newman handled it. He's like, oh, your nipple's showing. Is that it? And he leaves. He thought it was wrong that Newman was so cavalier about it all. He actually thought Newman would have taken the card with him and, just walked out the door holding it, which is interesting to have a Wayne Knight kind of criticism of, the writing a little bit. It's nothing too dramatic, but...
I see exactly what he's saying, because as the series goes on, we learn that Newman has this infatuation with Elaine, and he'll go to great lengths to try and get her. But I kind of like that Newman's just like, is that it? See you later. I kind of, because Newman, as we know it, doesn't really care for Jerry, nor do we know that he cares for the rest of the gang, except for Kramer. So I kind of like that he just kind of takes off. Perhaps as he's walking back to his room, he's thinking about, hey, that was some nipple. And that's where the infatuation grows.
Could be. The seed was planted, as it were. But yeah, I think his reaction in the episode is just perfect. Mm-hmm. So why don't you take this analogy, the analysis of the Newman character?
Now, these are the musings according to Wayne Knight, who played Newman. But he said Newman could be used for a joke or for a device, and it was what you needed. If you need something delivered, you call the mailman. I was good for a quick hit. My job on the show was being a really good designated hitter. And as time went on, that served the purposes of the show in different ways. So I would get a call, and the good part about that is that people respect your bat. The bad part is that you don't get to play the field, and you're not in every game. Which is so, profound. And that's so true of Newman. He came in is he on the screen for 10 seconds?
I was wondering if it was the shortest appearance, but I think he's had even shorter scenes with no dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. But he comes in, he delivers his line. Yeah, your nipple's showing. Is that all? See you later. And the audience roars to this.
Yeah.
So just like a designated hitter, he comes in, he takes his at bat, gets a hit, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
beautiful.
Total agreement. The episode The Pick was the only Seinfeld episode to air in December of 1992. I like little trivia like this because I wasn't, watching at the time, but the first two Wednesdays in December of 92, they played the stakeout and the robbery. So going all the way back to season 1 there. Find that very interesting. Then the following two Wednesdays, the 23rd and 30th, they had repeats of the red dot and the parking space. So, not really the strongest episodes, I feel, that they're repeating. Stakeout's pretty strong. Red dot, I guess.
It's a Christmas episode.
Oh,
the first Christmas episode.
I completely, I lost it on that one. I'm sorry.
That's why there's two of us.
Yes. Red Dot was the first one. This is the second Christmas episode.
You got that straight.
How do you like the Christmas episodes? They never really go above and beyond to be like, hey, it's Christmas, except for maybe the Coleman's department store Santa.
Right. We actually see Santa. There's a mention of holidays, Christmas card, and then when they go into Monks, you do see Christmas decorations. So they don't overly, it's not overly Christmassy. But now that I'm watching, I'm like, it's a little, holiday-ish.
Mm-hmm. I'm offended that they would put a holiday on a comedy show. It's just
so you want an apology and somebody to be fired?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Pretty much. Should we get started?
Yeah.
So I went to a fashion show. First of all, the whole concept of modeling is counterproductive for the fashion industry. Because when these women are around, who's looking at clothes? I didn't notice any of the clothes. We're all applauding. Yeah, what are we applauding? We're applauding. There's great-looking women here. Yeah, this is great. We're applauding. I'm glad I'm here in this room with all these great-looking women. Anybody can design a shirt. It takes talent to get all these girls in one spot. That's talent. What is this goofy walk that the models do? You know this walk that they do down the runway? This like they have to go somewhere. They're walking like they're really on the way somewhere. And then they get to the end and it's like, well, I guess I'll just go back.
I do like the goofy walk bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what is that goofy... Well, you heard it. What is that goofy walk they do? Very true of the models.
Yeah. It's weird. The stand-up in this episode kind of feels a little all over the place. And not that it doesn't work or anything, but I get the sense that Jerry is trying really hard to come up with something for this episode.
Meaning it has to relate to modeling?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just as much as he can squeeze in there, it just feels a little apparent. Still funny, but just a little more obvious than normal. He's not like a huge, like off-the-wall Jim Carrey comic, for example, but whenever he gets a little physical with that swaying of the hips, it's pretty funny. Anyways, first scene of the episode is in Jerry's apartment. He's casually eating some cereal while George is lamenting how much he loved Susan.
No, he didn't.
Well, how much she loved him.
No, she didn't.
And there's this moment here, too, where he's like, how am I going to get her back? Did that remind you a little bit of like later George, where he's just being a little overdramatic?
I could see that. Jerry's always described him as just a volatile character. His energy is very explosive, and that's one of those examples of that.
How great is that Elaine line, too, from the bathroom, where it's like, not only didn't you love her, you didn't even like her.
Great reveal that she's been there the whole time. Yeah. And then, I don't know if anybody out there thought this, but did anybody think, what's she doing in there? And why is she... We're going to find out what she was doing in there. But can you help but wonder, like, she's in the bathroom, she's in the office, and she's yelling at these guys?
Oh, that's a good point. You're saying if she were actually, using the toilet, she wouldn't shout at the guys?
I wouldn't think so.
No, probably not.
But I think she comes out, and she's flossing, and I think that was consciously done. Like, okay, what was she doing in there? We got to give her floss so people know she was flossing.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a little too crude if she's flushing the toilet, washing her hands.
I couldn't help but think of that while I was watching.
Basically here, George is realizing what he did back in the Virgin. A beautiful, intelligent, successful woman was into him, and he threw it all away. I think we're a little ahead of George here in this department, right? We're like, why is George breaking up with Susan?
Yeah, because he couldn't wait to get out of that relationship. And at no point was he remorseful or regretful that he... Actually, Susan dumped him.
Yeah,
correct?
Let's backtrack. I'm sorry there. He got her fired, and that pissed her off enough to
finally break up with him after all the crap he put her through. But George was happy to move on and start, flirting with girls at the bar and, brag that he's this writer for a sitcom. But now his feelings have changed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to draw a lot of connections this week. Apologies if that's not your bag, but there's this moment when he describes what life would be like if he's single, disgusting apartment, watching basketball, eating Chinese takeout, no clean clothes. And just that image reminded me a lot of The Foundation, ironically, when Susan dies.
Excellent point.
And it's when I think the Rosses enter, and he's like, "It's open," and he falls onto the couch, boxers, place is a mess.
Wheel of cheese.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like that lifestyle has always stuck with George.
So his bachelor paradise, it's actually a paradox right now, because he's equating this life of squalor, underwear, Chinese takeout, not doing laundry, to losing her. Well, actually, both instances he loses her.
Yeah.
But one, he's happy. One, he's sad.
Yes, for the time being, of course. Like it only takes a few weeks, basically, for him to feel incredibly depressed. And we won't spoil this now, but there is a great visual cue later this episode that ties again to Susan's triumphant return in season 7. I
don't know.
I see the wheels turning there.
Well, you're being kind of vague about it.
Okay, I like that. There's some good stuff here with Jerry where he's like, Jerry, what do you do when you run out of laundry?
I do a wash.
He's so disgusting.
And each delivery of a line is with cereal in his mouth. He's chewing while saying, which makes it, I think, all that more funny.
I see him holding back a little bit of laughter too. Some of those lines. Maybe it's just the teeth with Jerry. You can't even tell. Jerry does, remind George, hey, you said walking up the stairs to her apartment was like being taken up to a cell.
I'd give anything to be going up those stairs again.
Well, he does go to a cell in the finale too, right? So
that's true.
It all
now
ties in. So George wants to call Susan, but Jerry tells him that he needs some professional help and actually suggests Elaine's friend, the therapist, the woman.
Dana Foley.
Right, Dana Foley. Now, is this a coincidence, do you think? Just because Estelle, George's mom, told him in the contest that you need to go see a therapist because he was caught masturbating.
Correct. But George was vehemently opposed to that.
But I guess, as we'll see later, he has no problem letting his mom pick up the tab.
Yeah. Quickly, his mind has changed. Mm-hmm. Now, that means Elaine was seeing Dr. Reston. They had this relationship. It ended once she was able to get out of it by lying that she was seeing Kramer. Mm-hmm. And now she's already gotten a new therapist, Dana Foley.
Oh, well, I think she's a friend.
Okay, so it's not that Elaine goes to see her.
I don't think so, because doesn't Jerry, when he's trying to get the words out, he's like, what's the name of your friend, the therapist, the woman?
There you go. Okay.
But there was a blooper for this scene, too, I think, right? When Elaine... Either Jerry stumbles over his line.
Yeah. And Elaine's laughing. She goes, say that line again.
Elaine, what's the name of that woman friend of yours, the therapist, the woman?
Dana. Huh? Ask me that again?
Elaine, what's the name of that woman friend of yours that's the therapist, the woman?
Dana Foley.
Right, Dana Foley. Oh, we're doing great here.
So we get some setup for this episode. Elaine spots a Christmas card from Tia. Remember Tia, Vinny, from the airport?
I remember Tia. Yeah, that was last week.
She's the model that Jerry met in the airport, and...
She's that model I met on the plane. I'm going out Saturday night.
Yeah. Such a weird delivery. Elaine does like the idea of including a photo with a Christmas card. Apparently that, sets up her story for this week. As you mentioned, Jerry and Tia have a date coming up on Saturday. Meanwhile, Elaine is dating some religious guy named Fred.
Mm-hmm. So. He's not that religious.
Let us pray.
Good line.
Yes.
Ooh, and here's a great contrast between early and late Elaine. Here, she's dating Fred, the religious guy. But in later seasons, she seems to be very averse to religion. And she'll tell Jerry that dumb and lazy she can understand, as opposed to religious when she finds that Jesus fish on Putty's car.
Good connection.
Thank you very much.
And good contradiction, I guess. Do you think she's always been someone who hasn't been very, religious?
No, I think it's been dwindling over time, is how I like to think.
What am I saying? None of these characters are religious.
True.
Right? I mean, come on. There is a deleted scene here, though, before Kramer enters. I don't know if you got a chance to watch this.
So I watched the deleted scenes, but there's only 2 that I saw.
This is the one when he calls Jerry on the phone. Did you see that? Okay, so Kramer calls Jerry, and he's like, hey, how's your cereal shelf?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Okay, right? And then Jerry's like...
Kicks.
yeah, shredded wheat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, triples.
Oreos? It's almost like a Garfield-inspired cereal.
This scene eventually goes to, Kramer wanting to know what happened to the Oreos, and Jerry's sick of talking to him on the phone, says, if you're not here in 3 seconds, I'm locking the door, and then Kramer slides in.
And then Jerry checks his watch, so it feels very, like, sitcom-y. So I'm glad they cut this, because it feels like, here comes Kramer.
Yeah, and it's bizarre. I feel like, as you mentioned, it didn't feel right when they filmed it, and they reshot this entrance of Kramer just entering and saying, you got any double crunch? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
To be fair, though, if anyone can find the deleted scene, when Kramer slides in the door, it is beautiful.
Oh, it's a smooth one.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't make Double Crunch anymore.
I had never heard of Double Crunch, actually.
It's called Double Dip Crunch, and apparently there's like Facebook groups to try and get it back on the market.
Huh, that's interesting. Have you tried it before?
I have not.
Huh. Maybe we can find an old box on eBay or something.
There we go. It's perfectly sane cereal to eat.
Well, Kramer, I guess, gets involved on this whole business with Elaine and the Christmas card. He'd be happy to take a photo for her. As we know, he's a bit of a photog, as we'll find out in the package.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he takes good pictures. He's got equipment over there.
Yeah. I mean, he has
Elaine's
so much stuff that you'd assume he has the equipment.
But she's very weary of Kramer's photography skills, it seems.
Yes, as one should.
Right.
Well, as they leave Kramer and Elaine, George starts singing about Susan, and I don't know. Do you know what he's singing here?
I do. It's a song by Charlie Rich from 1973 called The Most Beautiful Girl.
Okay.
Oh, hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl who walked out on me,
Vinny?
tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby.
Vinny? You're a pretty big fan of The Office, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
The American version. I do like some of the early episodes, and one made me laugh so much. Michael goes on a date with a girl, maybe 1 or 2 dates, and she ends it, and he's so heartbroken, and he's playing that song on his computer, but it's like the iTunes version, so it's only 30 seconds.
Uh-huh. He's like, what? And Dwight says, why don't you buy the whole song? It's like, I don't need the whole song. I just need to taste it.
So later on, I guess this is Saturday night after Tia and Jerry's date. Kind of a weird moment, but Jerry's telling her, hey, I might be installing a fish tank where the VHS tapes are. And he's like, if I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, I can just flush them down the toilet.
That's horrible.
That moment, does that weird you out?
I think they're just being playful because she knows he's not serious.
Okay.
It's a flirty.
Yeah. Something about that line just always felt off to me.
Jennifer Campbell returns as Tia Van Camp. This is her second of 3 appearances, although her last appearance in the pilot, the finale of season 4, will be a very brief one.
Yes.
When they do all those cutaways of the different characters that have appeared throughout the season.
Mm-hmm. One other thing about the fish tank, it reminded me a little bit of Joe Mayo with "Don't tap on the glass."
Could you not tap on the glass?
He is kind of doing like a William Shatner thing, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Never picked up on that. So Jerry wonders what perfume Tia is wearing. It smells very familiar. Mm-hmm. And she shows him a Calvin Klein ad she did recently, and this is when it clicks for Jerry. That smells like the beach. Which,
exactly.
Yes, she is the model for this fragrance, right? Now, can you remind everyone about the beach fragrance?
All right. In the Pez dispenser episode, they had this intervention for Richie Appel
Who's intervening?
and Steve DeGiff, who was a executive at Calvin Klein. Kramer broached this idea of a perfume that makes you smell like you just came from the beach. And Steve DeGiff said, that's a horrible idea. Who's going to, fish and seaweed. People take showers when they come home from the beach. And Kramer's like, I'm going to, I'll find somebody else to make my cologne.
He's like, I want a fragrance that captures the essence.
Roll your sleeve up.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. So this is, even though it's a season ago, it feels like a long time ago.
It does.
That we had the storyline. Maybe a season is a long time. Maybe it's because like season 4 has kind of upped the ante or just really gone a lot further than season 3 ever did. This is when Jerry, of course, hears Kramer arriving, as soon as, oh God, I realized Calvin Klein stole the idea. And I love this timing. When you hear Kramer kind of shuffling on the other side of the door in his apartment, Jerry hustles over to his door and it opens. Like, it's not a huge struggle. It's like kind of slow. Like Jerry's pretending he's not there.
There's jostling. Well, it's like, I think Jerry's trying to close the door. Kramer's trying to get in. And there's this kind of like little jostling back and forth.
Almost confusion.
And Kramer, he slides his head in kind of on a slant, on a diagonal. And then he notices Tia, and he kind of arches his head upward, almost like a cartoon or something. But he's very taken with Tia. He kind of wiggles his eyebrows and says, "Oh, yeah."
Oh yeah." This, I had so many notes on Michael for this week's episode. This to me is his episode. Mm-hmm. Even though Kramer has the whole, even though Jerry has the whole pick and Elaine with the card, I think Michael's performance in this episode just overshadows everyone. He wants to borrow Jerry's dustbuster, and Jerry caves, but he makes sure that Kramer and Tia are on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah, he pushes Kramer up against the wall, and Kramer's like, what are you doing, And then he even pushes Tia, and she's kind of stumbling back.
How tall are you?
5'10".
Let's see. Come on, back to back.
No, Kramer!
What's the matter with you? I just wanted to see how tall she was.
Oh, you're tall, she's tall, I'm tall. What's the difference who's tall? We're all tall.
What's that?
What?
That smell. What's that smell?
What smell?
It's very familiar. I can't put my finger on it. It's very familiar.
Oh, they're all the same. Here, now, if you'll excuse us.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, too.
I'll see you later. Whew, that was close.
The beach! You smell like the beach. What's the name of that perfume you're wearing?
It's Ocean by Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein? No, that's my idea. They stole my idea. See, I had the idea of a cologne that makes you smell like you just came from the beach.
I know, look at this.
That's you. What is going on here? To Jeff, he laughs at me and then he steals my idea. I could have been a millionaire. I could have been a fragrance millionaire, Jerry. They're not going to get away with this.
I have a list. I say, I love ... Mm-hmm. I have, no, Kramer! The saying goodbye with the dustbuster where he like waves it, turns it on briefly. Who could forget Jerry, trying to suck up the fragrance? Shouting, the beach! There's just so much good stuff in this scene.
Yeah. And there's even a very popular blooper of that Michael actually points out. Kramer's leaving, and he actually falls down trying to reach for the door. And the audience just howled when this happened, but they had to cut it or actually redo it because it took away from the scene.
Oh, it kind of like sucked up all of the
because everybody was so enamored with this leaving or this fall that Kramer had.
So do they cut it, I guess, right before he leaves then?
No, they reshot his exit.
Oh, okay.
Because in the blooper, he falls down. I think he reaches for the door, misses, falls down, and then he's on his butt trying to close the door. So they reshot it, and it is a shame. That's a shame.
A little error here I noticed on the DVD. When Kramer says, no, that's my idea. The DVD subtitles say that jerk stole my idea.
Yeah, but it's DeGiff.
Yeah, DeGiff.
Even though DeGiff is a jerk, still wrong.
Still wrong, yeah. And I got kind of the weird feeling that either the people at the the DVD company, whoever did the subtitles, either misheard it, which is very likely, or they realized since DeGif doesn't show up in this episode, they should, take a little liberty and rewrite it as the jerk, because it's confusing. You never hear Steve DeGif, I think, mentioned in this entire episode.
No, but he is in a deleted scene.
Yes, exactly. So it has a purpose if that scene were kept in, but without it, I don't know. What do you think? You think it was a mistake?
I don't like the idea. I think it was a mistake. I don't like the idea of a DVD subtitle, whatever company taking liberties with Seinfeld scripts.
Can I get a little creepy for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know if it's creepy. It's an innocent comment. Tia, I love her hair in this scene.
Yeah, I like it too.
She is radiant, but her
It's
hair,
high.
oh my God, it is incredible.
Swoops over the top.
I have never seen hair looking this good before. It's
Is that
like,
is that 90s? What is that?
I don't know what it is. Like I'm not, really big on fashion and styles, but I mean, it looks 90s more than anything. It's long, it's thick, you're radiant, you're beautiful. But yeah, I love that kind of like the, she's got a comb over.
Yeah, it's like Cameron Diaz in Something About Mary.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we're at Dana Foley's office here, Vinny. Dana Foley. And this is when George arrives for his therapy appointment. And it's kind of a short scene. He barely gets started telling her about breaking up with Susan when he starts struggling with his jacket zipper. It won't go down.
She finally gets George to settle down because George cannot stop thinking about the zipper. It's a brand new jacket.
He laughs at himself even.
Well, yeah, she's like, George, look at me. What's the name of your girlfriend? Susan. He's finally back. And then typical George cannot let it go. It's just so frustrating. And he starts ripping the jacket over his head.
Of course, I think he gets stuck too, doesn't he?
He does. That's how the scene ends.
Mm-hmm. I like that line. It burns me up. It's a good one.
So
yes.
Dana Foley is played, as we mentioned earlier, played by actress Gina Hecht. 3 episodes of Seinfeld she's in. The Pick, The Shoes, and The Pilot. 22 episodes of Mork and Mindy. She was in the movie St. Elmo's Fire. Several episodes of Life Goes On, Blossom, Friends. 2 episodes of ER. She was in that Will Smith movie 7 Pounds. Several episodes of the HBO series Hung. 3 episodes of Glee. She's in a Castle episode, of Bones, and The Middle. Now, you mentioned that Jason Alexander and Gina Hecht worked together recently on the Neil Simon play.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Did you already mention that they worked together on Jason Alexander's show from 1987, Everything's Relative?
I didn't.
Because they did. Oh, it was only 10 episodes. But they were in all 10 episodes together.
Oh, nice. I like her, though. I like Gina Hecht. I think she's a little underused. I don't think she's used to her full potential in this show. She kind of plays a straight character.
Yeah.
There's some physical comedy later, but I don't know. I wish they had used her, a little bit more this show. She does show up, 2 more times?
Mm-hmm.
But we're at Jerry's apartment, and Jerry and Elaine enter. She's doing some volunteer work with Fred at a church. Seems very out of character.
I could see Elaine doing that.
Yeah.
She's the only one of the 4 I could see.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget just a season or 2 ago, she was, recycling, the dolphins and the nets.
Diet, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we'll find out later. What is it, Greenpeace?
That's right.
So it's there, but just the whole, I don't know. The religious thing just never seemed to tie into her character. I think she's Catholic because remember in the betrayal, she's in India and she makes the sign of the cross. And then she's
That's right. That's right.
Such a great visual. Great line from Jerry, though. One of the all-time best. See, this is what I like about the holiday season. That's the true spirit of Christmas. People being helped by people other than me.
Very Seinfeld. That one applies throughout the whole series.
Yes.
And there's the mention of holiday season. He goes on to say, oh, look, a Christmas card from Lainey.
I love that. I love Lainey. Mm-hmm. I love that voice. It's almost like the... it's like the ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, but we're friends now.
They still have that little bit of history so they can joke. And it's cute. It's not meant to be flirtatious. It's just, hey, you're a part of my life.
Yes, exactly.
Lainey, merry-go-round.
So Jerry opens the card, and we get the first of many classic scenes regarding Elaine's areola. Trying to do a cable guy reference there. Turns out Elaine's nipple has been exposed. She sent the cards to hundreds of people. Hundreds?
Before you say that, though, did you notice how she kind of downplayed 3 times? She goes, "It was no trouble. My assistant did the whole thing." That's one. And then Jerry asks how'd it come out, and she goes, "Well, it's a picture,
Meaning like... meaning that...
like any idiot could put this together. And then finally, Jerry says Kramer did a good job, and Elaine says, "Well, how hard is it to take a picture?" I don't know. That for some reason that stuck out to me. And then it's about to turn on her momentarily.
Oh, yeah. Kramer enters.
Hey.
Have you seen the card?
What card?
My Christmas card.
Yeah, of course. I took it.
Well, did you notice anything unusual about it?
No.
Well, come here and take a look.
Yeah, so?
So what's that?
That's a nipple.
Right? Oh, great. Didn't you see that?
No, I didn't notice it.
It's because you made me wear that stupid shirt.
Well, maybe no one noticed it. You didn't notice it. Let me go get Newman. We'll see if he sees it.
No, I don't want him looking.
Oh, what's the difference? Everybody else has it.
Oh, my God, I sent one to the super in my building, my mailman, my 10-year-old little nephew, Sister Mary Catherine, Father Chelios. Oh, my God, Fred. I sent one to Fred.
Okay, what is it?
Here. Take a look at this card. Tell me if you notice anything unusual about it.
Yeah, your nipple's showing.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else?
No.
All right, see you later.
So my favorite part about that clip is Michael's reaction when Elaine asks, "What's that?"
That's a nipple.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's a little delayed, and it's so true, though. You're like, oh, yeah, oh.
They pointed that out that you don't see it right away. It takes a second. Upon second look that you see it. It's not in Mark Joffe's story where it was apparent that you saw this guy's genitals, exposed. With Elaine's Christmas card, it takes a second look.
Didn't that happen to LeBron James recently?
It did.
Yeah, I did not see the footage, but was it from your knowledge? Was it very revealing? Was it like a Janet Jackson kind of thing, or?
I have no idea. I'm not a real sports nerd, so not sure.
So for trivia, Vinny, you remember those answer sheets we come up with for Seinfeld trivia? We try to make it really, like an inside joke. We wanted to do the desk of Elaine Bennis, and we did wanted to do a Christmas card, kind of like she was, addressing her Christmas cards, and we were trying to find a photo of Julia or Elaine that would work, where we would put a black bar, of course, across, her exposed nipple, but implying that her nipple would be showing. It was so difficult. Ultimately, we just used a stock image of Elaine and used a black bar. It's really hard to comprehend what kind of photo would have an exposed nipple on a Christmas card. Like a dress where it's kind of hanging low, or you're bending in a weird position, I would understand. But if you're posing, how's the nipple gonna show up? So,
well, because she says later on, I must have missed a button. But I'm thinking of what episode is it when her brooch falls off and then she has the low cut top,
a spanking button.
Yeah, and then she gets sprayed with the hose because she's got her cleavage exposed in that episode. So you could have used that pic.
Well, you probably wouldn't be wearing a bra, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of hard to comprehend. I know we're totally overanalyzing, but
yeah.
Maybe it's like a shirt with a weird, the buttons are on the left or right side. They're not down the middle.
Okay.
Some weird design. Hey, this episode's about fashion.
Nope.
Okay. Anyways, if anyone has any concept art about how Elaine's outfit exposed one of her nipples, please share with us. Jerry tries to make her feel better, of course. Hey, it's just a nipple, a little brown, circular protuberance. Everybody's got them. Should I show you?
Cue. Oh, there it is. Cue Jerry and Kramer's reveal of their nipples, respective nipples.
No, you just saw my nipple, Vinny. Any thoughts on it?
Not bad.
Thanks.
I got used to it. One thing that I love about this, it was actually the clip we just played where Newman, says, your nipple's showing, then he leaves. See you later. Something about the camaraderie among Kramer and Newman that I absolutely love is whenever Kramer slaps Newman on the back and just like, yeah, you're my buddy, you take care, And I like to do that with my friends but it's inspired by that. I like to slap them on the back in a good-hearted sort of way.
Very much so. It is kind of bizarre, as we found out from last season, that Michael Richards, I guess, didn't really like the camaraderie or at least the team up with the Wayne Knight all the time. I guess he likes some distance, but yeah, they work so well together, don't they? About this whole thing where they lift their shirts up and they show their nipples, Kramer and Jerry. Thanks, Vinny. Got a little nipple action there. Nice work. That whole scene though feels really out of place. It never made sense to me that Jerry and Elaine would do this. I'm sorry, Jerry and Kramer would do this. It reminds me a little bit of I forget the episode, but Jerry's like, "Oh, kiss hello." He's like, "I don't care what people say. There's no more kissing." And then Kramer kisses Jerry when George walks in. That scene always bugged me too because it just never feels right. Like it feels very sitcom-y, as used the term earlier.
Just to like get a moment out of it
and to rile up the crowd.
I see what you're saying about the kiss hello.
I don't. It's the same ballpark though, don't you think?
Yeah,
like showing your chest and having the audience like woo.
I like it. I think it works, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyways. Back at Dana Foley's office, George is trying to get the zipper unstuck.
Oh, this is so great because you have this cool, calm psychiatrist trying to do her job, and she has sunk or been dragged down to George's level.
Damn it!
I've never seen a zipper so stubborn.
She's
almost
so
to the
good.
point that she's gonna rip George's zipper. George is starting to get nervous. You're gonna rip it.
Yeah, and she gets like so mad when she gives up. It looks like she's about to strangle him.
Yeah. Wow. Can you blame her?
Yeah. I'm afraid we're gonna have to stop. And here's where we get that mention that George's mom is going to pay for the session, which threw me at first. I forgot about the whole contest storyline. Hey, you need to go see a therapist.
Well, I get let's think about this. So George's mother wanted him to see a psychiatrist for the contest for the masturbation that she caught him, but George wants to go see a psychiatrist to discuss his feelings for Susan and how he can get her back. Mm-hmm. So he's lying to his mother in order to get her to pay for the sessions. She thinks he's going for his masturbatory habits, but I don't know. I like that he's kind of lying to his mother again. He always lies to his mother, but now he's lying to her in order to get her to chip in for the sessions.
The chip in. Before George leaves, he notices Elaine's Christmas card, and there's that double take, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is nice. Wait, what?
It takes two. Now, right now in the script is where the scene with Kramer going to Calvin Klein and meeting Steve DeGiff was supposed to occur.
Really? I thought that was later in the episode.
No, it's supposed to happen right now.
All right. Well, you watched the deleted scene. Can you describe it for everyone?
Yeah, Kramer's in Calvin Klein. Steve DeGiff walks out, and he's like, "You remember me?" And he's like, "Of course." And he's like, "Last year, I came to you with this idea," and he goes through the whole story. And Steve DeGiff, being the smug jerk that he is, he says there's a difference between the beach and the ocean. You go swimming in the ocean and you sit on the beach. And Kramer's like, "How do you live with yourself?" And he's like, "This isn't the last you heard of me," something akin to that. And Steve DeGiff kind of goes into an office, shuts the door in Kramer's face, and then Kramer's like, "I'm not going anywhere. How do you get out of here?" And he kind of walks around, perplexed. And it's actually a good scene. I actually like it. I think it could have been kept in. I think it was cut for time.
Yeah, it seems like it. It doesn't seem like a scene where it's like, oh, this is not funny at all. It's got a funny performance out of Michael, a little aggressive too as Kramer, like angry.
Yes.
And I like the continuity, or at least
I love that part.
The Steve DeGiff, the callback. Mm-hmm. That's really nice. But It's a shame, yeah, they didn't include this ultimately. I do have
and
this.
he also says that he's going to go over his head and talk to Calvin himself, and it's just like, you'll never get to talk to Calvin. So it would have been like kind of a ratcheting up story point, but it works.
Good point. I have this behind the scenes image of Kramer sitting under that Calvin Klein sign. Klein sign.
Klein sign. Klein Seinfeld sign?
Yeah, he's sitting on the couch there, and it always confused me because I'm like, when did this scene get filmed? But now we know. And we go over to Jerry's car. One of my favorite moments of the entire series. I know I have a lot of them, but I just love how simple and how few words are spoken in this scene. But it's Jerry waiting at a light. You know, it's nighttime, pretty dark. He's got an itch on the right side of his nostril. He scratches it, and he doesn't notice Tia in the back seat of a taxi in the next lane as it pulls up. And from her point of view, he's like so deep in his nostril. It looks so
it's up to a knuckle.
Yeah, he's way up there. But the finger almost changes. From Jerry's point of view, it's bent, scratching, and then from Tia's, it's like just straight up in the nostril.
I love the blocking because, from her point of view, he's knee deep in that nostril. So it's it's just an amusing situation. We've all kind of gone through that.
The look of disgust on her face says it all. And
No.
Well, that's such a great reveal as he's scratching and he's just slowly turning to her, continuing to scratch. Anyways, we get an act break and we're back in Jerry's apartment now. He's been calling Tia every day for the past 4 days. She hasn't returned one call.
Was it a scratch or a pick?
Now, this scene reminds me a lot of us. I know life has gotten in the way, but I feel like in our younger days, we used to have conversations like this where, I don't know, like you'd kind of want to like cut through the bullshit and be like, come on, be frank with me.
It's me.
Yeah. But in this world, it's such a taboo subject, you know, the idea of actually picking your nose. It's offensive. It's disgusting. It's ludicrous, outrageous, preposterous.
Yeah. So Jerry says, don't you think I know the difference between a scratch and a pick? And then George poses a very important question. Was there any nostril penetration?
What do you think? Well, we know Jerry. I think Jerry was scratching. I think the whole point of view from Tia was just, you couldn't judge him on that alone. But is that true? Anytime you you penetrate the nostril, does it become a pick? Because I get scratches on the inside of my nose, like right on the rim, above the rim, and it looks like you're picking, but you're not. It
does when you're kind of hovering over the orifice. It looks like a pick. So I think it's open to interpretation.
Yeah, Jerry makes the good point. From her angle, she was in no position to make the call. Treating it like a sports game here.
Yes, they get into some good back and forth here. You know, George says, so say in her mind she witnessed a pick. So what?
It's not like you're breaking a commandment.
Did God say to Moses, thou shalt not pick?
Oh, this is so brilliant. And another religious theme coming in here. I didn't notice the thread, but if you were wandering in the desert for 40 years without dry air, come on.
Yeah.
Got a clean house.
Well, the way George says, picker. Yeah. I guarantee you Moses was a picker.
Also, who's not a picker? Everyone has to pick at some point in their life. You can't avoid it.
There's stuff up there. And it's kind of gratifying.
Yeah.
Am I right?
But of course, Jerry flips it to George. Well, hey, if you were with a girl and she did that, would you stay with her?
No, that's disgusting. Poor Jerry.
Yes. Well, Elaine enters and she complains about this Christmas card here. It's plastered all over the office. Everybody's calling her Nip. Fred, coincidentally, hasn't returned her calls for 3 days. And here's the other classic scene regarding Elaine's nipple.
Hey, how come I didn't get a Christmas card? Everybody else got one. Jerry got one. Kramer got one. I thought we were good friends. I don't get a Christmas card. I don't get it.
You want a Christmas card? You want a Christmas card? All right, here. Here's your Christmas card.
Got any double crunch?
Yeah, I think I do.
What's that perfume?
It's the ocean.
That's mine. That's my smell. Jerry, you got to get that model to get me an appointment with Calvin
I
Klein.
can't. She won't return my calls because she caught me in a pick at a light.
I thought you said it was a scratch.
But that's not what she thinks.
So the bit of Elaine, grabbing George's head, thrusting it into her chest, rubbing it, and then saying, "Here's your Christmas card." That was actually, they came up with that during the weekend rehearsals. Julia came up with that.
Now, I wonder if they did that a lot. It seemed to be a pretty open, working relationship where you could come up with ideas or in the middle of the scene.
A lot of the actors have been quoted in the interview saying, we always kind of looked out for each other, saying, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Michael did one of his little here, or George did one of his, etc. So they were always kind of looking out for each other, which is probably why they work so well together.
Yeah, and they were all just they were so perfect for each other too. That image too of George with that hair sticking straight up. I don't know if they have to put something in there.
Ripe for comedy, it is.
Yeah, we see it a lot in these early seasons. So I guess also there was a scene that was cut. I don't think they ever filmed it. Before Kramer enters the scene, Jerry asked Elaine, hey, what perfume are you wearing? And she's like, oh, the new one, The Ocean by Calvin Klein. And then I guess Kramer would enter, but it seems a little...
We already established that Kramer knows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
he can smell it on his own.
He's going to come in and sniff, which is probably funnier.
Of course.
So,
well, George makes a good suggestion here. He says, "Hey, call Tia's agency. Maybe she's been out of town." Jerry does this and finds out she is in town, and she's at Calvin Klein right now. So Jerry and Kramer head out. The tone of that scene where it's like, "Let's go," reminds me a lot of the mom and pop store. When
exactly.
They find out they moved to Parsippany, New Jersey. Everybody's talking at me. So we go to Monk's here, and I don't know how I feel about this scene.
I have some take on it. First of all, Susan looks so down on her luck. I think her hair's a little darker. She just looks really kind of out of it. Well, she lost her job. Mm-hmm. Well, you know the story. Cabin, father. Anyway.
You don't have to go through it right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's very much that, like, whether it's pre or post breakup, it's like in that dark phase of a relationship where no one's really happy. But George, I guess, met her for coffee, and he's promising her things. Will be different now. She's, of course, not buying it, though. She needs someone stable, and ultimately, she doesn't think people change.
George, I gotta say, is pretty convincing, or if not convincing, relentless in his attempt to get her back. He says, "Stable? I'm a rock. You take these glasses off. The difference between you can't tell the difference between me and a rock. People, I put these glasses on a rock. A
napkin holder.
Yeah, you know what people think? Costanza." Then he talks about
soft-boiled egg.
Yes, now he's dunking a piece of toast in it, and this is great. Susan says, "I am not a soft-boiled egg."
And I am not a piece of toast.
The next argument, I don't think we have anything in common. George says, "That's good. You think Louis Pasteur, Louis Pasteur and his wife had anything in common? He was in the fields all day with the cows, with the milk, examining the milk, delving into milk, consumed with milk. She was in the kitchen killing cockroaches with a boot on each hand." And I feel like this is the turn for Susan, where she's kind of like, I don't know if she's intrigued, but she's like, why were there so many cockroaches?
He's like, I got her.
George got the hook in, and now she's back. And George, through his teeth says, because there was a lot of cake around the house from all the excess milk.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And he kind of smirks at her.
Even going over the scene with you, it's I don't know why it doesn't work for me.
It's very flimsy, George's argument, but he's just persistent.
Yeah.
Just like with his proposal. She was resistant at first, but I was persistent, Jerry.
Well, he ultimately puts his hand out, and Susan takes it.
Yeah.
You have to admire George for his persistence, and I assume everything he's saying here is complete and utter bullshit. Right?
Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, the soft-boiled egg. Whatever he's talking about with Pasteur. I think I feel uncomfortable because I'm happy for George that he's back with Susan, who I think is a good person, but I feel bad for Susan.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's with such a loser.
we already know what's happened to her. We know what's about to happen to her at the end of this episode, and then we know what happens to her in the end of the series. So it's relentless clobbering of Susan.
She's almost like the not the Meg from Family Guy, but she's more like the Cricket.
You could say that.
Crickety, what's his name?
Rickety Cricket.
Yeah, from It's Always Sunny. Just someone who just every season / every episode just gets beaten down more and more.
Good point.
But we're over at Calvin Klein, which I guess is in Trump Tower. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But this is in Midtown, like right near Rockefeller Center, a few blocks uptown from it. Little Batman thing here real quick. Remember in The Dark Knight Rises when Bruce basically gets fired, like he loses all of his money, and
right?
He walks out of Wayne Tower.
I do.
That's this building.
Oh.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt gives him a ride.
That's right.
It's a very forgettable scene, but
no, I love any time when there's a Batman correlation to Seinfeld.
Oh yeah,
albeit a thin one.
I test. I dig. This is where I thought that deleted scene with Steve Jajif happened, but it makes sense because Jerry's not here that it would happen in the first act. But is this opening up with Kramer getting in a fight with someone? Like,
I want to talk to Calvin.
Just storms right into Calvin's office, who's meeting with Tia at this moment, and he wants to talk about the ocean.
Oh yes, Kramer. I think I know something about this.
Yeah. And while they're talking, Tia steps out and runs into Jerry in the hallway. He confronts her kindly, about not returning his calls, but she claims she's been busy. And he's pretty awkward, but he tries to bring up the pic. She doesn't want to talk about it and hurries to the elevator while Jerry's like, hey, it was no pic, no pic.
I know what I saw.
It is offensive.
Yes.
So we're back to the meeting with Kramer and Calvin here.
Can I talk about Calvin before we get into this meeting?
Sure, go ahead.
So, Calvin Klein, who I guess when I was growing up and I saw this episode, I thought this was Calvin Klein.
Guilty as well. Yeah.
All right. But anyway, this is not Calvin Klein. He's played by actor Nicholas Horman. He was in 2 episodes of Seinfeld, The Pick and The Pilot. He's in the same scene as Tia in the finale of season 4. He was also in the Insiders TV series, Murphy Brown, Wonder Years, Family Matters, Frasier, West Wing, Modern Family. He's in the new Disney series, Girl Meets World, which I kind of want to see. It's Boy Meets World.
Did that get canceled?
No, I think they're in season 2. I could be wrong.
Oh, wow.
But I think I don't know. But he's in that. And then, this was news to me, he's in Parks and Rec.
Oh.
He's in one episode. He plays Martin Kernston. This is when Leslie Knope is running for city council, and she meets with that guy who cuts his own hair, and he doesn't like any pomp or frills. And Tom Haverford, Aziz Ansari, has that big Entertainment 720 campaign, but the guy who doesn't cut his own hair, that's Nicholas Horman. That's Calvin Klein.
Oh, man, I might have to go back and watch that one. Does he look the same?
He looks older, but yeah, it's the same guy.
Cool. Something about this guy, he just seems so right for the part. If you don't know what Calvin Klein looks like, you're like, oh yeah. He looks like that.
Well, because I mean, we do there's also a lot of comparisons between Seinfeld and Friends in terms of, we like to always say Friends stole that from Seinfeld. But in Friends, Rachel works for Ralph Lauren.
Oh, really?
And they actually get the real Ralph Lauren cameo in this show. And I think that further reinforced that, that has to be Calvin Klein.
Good point. One other thing, too, I'm looking at my notes here, and I do abbreviations sometimes, or initials, I mean. Calvin Klein, CK. Cosmo Kramer, CK.
Oh, look at that.
How do you do? Well, Kramer explains how meeting...
Louis CK? Louis Pasteur? Okay, all right.
Kramer explains about meeting with one of Calvin's flunkies and how he laughed when he heard about his beach cologne idea. That's
interesting face.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I thought he said interesting fleece.
Oh.
Anyway.
Moving on. What other comments does he have here? You're very lithe, graceful, lean, muscular.
Well, yeah. I try to take care of myself. I watch what I eat. Just recently I cut out fructose.
Is that true? Because doesn't he take some of Jerry's Double Crunch? That's probably got to be a sweet cereal.
I'm not familiar with my fructose and my sucrose.
Okay. Glucose. Is there a difference between all those things? They're all the same thing, pretty much, right?
They're different simple sugars.
Listen, Vinny, I know a little bit about chemistry. It's all the same.
But Klein says, "You're spectacular." Mm-hmm. And then we hear spectacular twice in this episode.
Do we?
At the end, George will say, your buttocks are spectacular.
I thought he said your buttocks are sublime, or maybe that's...
But something else, they say spectacular at the end.
Yes. And a little implant foreshadowing.
Are they planting a seed at all?
Are they implanting a seed?
Oh, you are beautiful.
We go to Pendant Publishing, and...
Pendant?
Well, there's a real bastard here. His name's Fred. Elaine's trying to explain to him. He's just standing there with this card that she must have missed a button, as you mentioned earlier.
I don't see how you could miss a button like that.
Oh, my God. Maybe the worst character to show up on Seinfeld yet.
Yeah.
Like, the guy who serves no purpose. I feel bad for him. The actor, nothing against him. Just the character. He doesn't do anything, and he's just a tool. Do you like the Fred character? I mean,
no.
He's forgettable, right?
I don't like how judgmental he is of our lovely Elaine. But, so Fred, whose last name in the script is Gordon, Fred Gordon, is played by actor Tony Carlin.
Gordon Street.
He's in The Pick as Fred, and apparently he's in the finale as Coworker. I don't know who Coworker... Finale of the show.
Yeah.
Series finale. Season 9. What I didn't have time to go look at Coworker.
Could he be one of the guys on the prosecution when they were meeting?
That's not really a coworker, though.
I can't think of a single coworker on that show.
Yeah,
or that episode. So through the magic of editing, Vinny and I checked the last episode. We scrolled through it. We did not see this actor. What's his name again?
Tony Carlin.
Yeah, we didn't see him show up. So if any eagle-eyed listeners can spot him or know what scene he's in, he's credited as coworker, please let us know, because that makes him a double dipper. But...
You could be responsible for a double dipper on Seincast.
Wow. I mean, think of that. Think of all the things you could accomplish in your life.
You could retire after that.
Yeah. And then there's being mentioned on Seincast and getting the credit for a double dip.
So Tony Carlin was, in addition to his 2 Seinfeld credits, he was in the movie True Colors. He was on Caroline in the City, The Nutty Professor, Wings, and 1998, Seinfeld, his last credit. He didn't act again until 2011. He came back in the show Royal Pains.
Oh, yeah.
Then he was in The Bourne Legacy and then The Blacklist. So he took a long break from acting.
He has sort of like an athletic build to him. I'd expect to see him show up in a movie like, Bourne Legacy, something with some action.
He's stocky.
Yeah. So Elaine's sister Gail calls, and I love this. I love that we actually have we're so close to hearing Gail's voice.
I know,
but we never get it. Elaine takes the call, of course. She hears that the card has disappeared, and she should check maybe under her nephew's mattress.
Yes, Gail, I know how old he is. Any suggestion who could potentially be cast as Elaine's sister, Gail?
That's a good question.
I just always like, whenever there's an actor or I should say character that's off screen we hear of, especially a family member, I think it's cool to kind of,
Yeah, it's true. I loved your casting of, was it Mary Tyler Moore as Elaine's mom? Way back during The Jacket?
I remember we cast her, but I forget who I said.
I think you said Mary Tyler Moore.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, which just feels perfect for some reason.
All right, I'll take it.
Especially like that energy paired with Alton Bennis being all surly. And it's interesting. I feel like the Elaine character would start off as a Mary Tyler Moore, and she eventually turns into, I forget the actor's name. Lawrence Tierney. You know what I mean? Like, the Elaine character is nice and bubbly, and she slowly evolves into like curmudgeon-y, short-tempered.
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking solely for looks. I'm thinking of Fran Drescher, because she's a little bit older than Julia.
Yeah, I could see that.
But the voice, that's. I'm just throwing out suggestions.
She seems better as like a relative of George's. Or like if she could play George's mom or something.
Yeah, and I think another Great suggestion, although she's already been cast in Seinfeld, would have been Maggie Wheeler, who played Cynthia.
From the Fix Up.
I think that would have been a good sister for Elaine.
Yeah.
But she's already taken, so... So everybody out there, please give us your suggestions for who should play Gale.
Yes. Now probably the most interesting part of this brief scene here is when a random office employee sticks his head in and asks Nip for a manuscript. Let's play the clip here, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Nip, you need that manuscript, or can I take it home?
Yeah, take it, and stop calling me Nip.
So the actor you see is Steve Schubert. He plays the coworker, but that's not his voice.
No, it's Larry David's, and it's so odd as to why they would do this. Why they would have Larry David come in during post-production and re-record the line. Mm-hmm. I only have one guess. They didn't want to pay the guy his royalties or whatever, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think if you are an extra in a TV show or a movie without a speaking line, you get kind of like a flat rate. If you have a speaking line, though, however, I think that opens it up to royalties and you get paid more.
Man.
I think that's like my only understanding.
But his mouth's moving.
That theory has a lot of baggage with it. Mm-hmm. Probably what happened is maybe the guy stumbled his line a little bit and they didn't have a clean take.
Yeah.
And they're just like, screw it, Larry, do you want to fill in?
Mm-hmm. But it works as a great piece of trivia for the diehard fan to point out another Larry David appearance.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Steve Schubert, that actor, he only has those 4 acting credits. He actually went on to become a artist, and he's got a website, and it's actually linked through his IMDb page, but you can see some of his artwork.
Oh, very cool. Maybe he was the guy that ordered the kosher meal.
There you go.
On a plane.
And stop calling me Nip.
Susan's apartment. Now, here's an interesting scene. Very brief, but Susan and George, they're climbing the steps to her apartment.
And she looks so happy.
Oh, she's so content.
Her life is about to turn around.
Yeah, big time. George, however, has this look of panic, regret on his face as he follows behind her. Now, so this scene was shot at the CBS Studio Center, Building 5. They use the exterior quite a bit. I don't think we've seen this stairwell yet, but we will see it again, won't we, Vinny?
Yes, we will.
So I think the scene that jumps out to most people is when George is going to play some froth, and he slips on one of the invitations and winds up, in the hospital in the Summer of George. But I kind of forgot, you might have too, that this scene literally of George following Susan up to her apartment is repeated, the exact same shot, the exact same order in The Engagement.
Oh.
In The Engagement, or maybe it's a later episode. It's at some point when George realizes they're getting married and it's final.
Yes, the moment's here.
Hell, it could be The Invitations. I don't remember.
Can we do a screen grab of that?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's that great visual of George just, oh God, what did I get myself into?
Mm-hmm.
Back to Calvin Klein. Calvin and 2 of the coworkers are sitting on the couch. Do you want to talk about these actors real quick?
Yeah, we got 2 execs. The first executive to speak is Blair Barron. She actually was in a Jake and the Fat Man in 1992. I'm kind of sad because these Jake and the Fat Man roles are going to be running out. If not, this could be the last one.
I think our audience is very happy to hear
that. Are they happy about that? All right. She was in A League of Their Own. She played Margaret. I'm not familiar with that character, but she's in there. She was in A Blossom. She was in an Ellen episode, Married with Children. She was in one episode of The Michael Richards Show.
Ah.
Thank you.
Very forgotten.
She was on ER and a Malcolm in the Middle. And then the other executive is played by Francois Giraudet. I tried my best.
That's how I have it spelled.
He was in the 1987 Wall Street. He was in an LA Law episode. He was in the Godzilla from 1998. 2 episodes of Frasier, The West Wing, The Closer, and Las Vegas.
Alrighty. So we get one of the other brilliant scenes this episode. Kramer in his briefs.
His Calvins.
White Calvin Klein briefs. White socks, black shoes. Does a little runway walk for them. Mm-hmm. The execs are oddly impressed, though. I don't know what's so appealing about Kramer's body.
He's live.
Yes, one of them, the female executive, wants to get Kramer down to the studio today. And here's
done it again, CK.
Yeah, that's a good one. Great moment here as Kramer leans against that curved wall and just falls right over. Now, you mentioned, Vinny, at the top of the show how some of his body makeup or the spray tan falls off, rubs against the wall. Was that, do you think, on purpose? Like, for years, I thought that was Michael Richard. Like, that wasn't an inside joke. That was Michael Richards' body makeup. It wasn't the Kramer character's body makeup.
That's how I believe it to be.
Okay, so is that a blooper, like a mistake, or is that like is that an in-universe joke?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
I think it just happened that because he wanted to fall up against the wall and fall down, that his makeup as an actor happened to rub off. It wasn't that somebody was applying tanner to him in the back room for this encounter. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like a goof, if you will,
as it were. Yeah.
But it's lovely, and everybody notices it in a as Jerry does with admiration.
Oh, absolutely. I think it kind of works though in the show too. If the Kramer character were too pale, let's say it is December, and we know he doesn't have that tanning bed yet.
His glow.
Yes. It would make sense that the execs would be like, all right, let's put some spray tan on you or some body makeup. But anyways, meanwhile, in the hallway, Tia is still waiting for the elevator while Jerry has this great monologue. Two monologues, actually, as a matter of fact. We'll have Jerry's and then Elaine's right after it with Fred.
And what if I did do it? Even though I admit to nothing and never will. What does that make me? And I'm not here just defending myself, but all those pickers out there who've been caught. Each and every one of them. Who has to suffer the shame and humiliation because of people like you. Are we not human? If we pick, do we not bleed? I am not an animal.
I did not bear myself deliberately, but I tell you, I wish now that I had. Because it is not me that has been exposed, but you. For I have seen the nipple on your soul.
So a couple things. There are two references, or at least lines inspired by either a play or movie. In Jerry's monologue, do we not bleed? That is from The Merchant of Venice, Shakespeare. And then the I am not an animal, that is from The Elephant Man. In the past couple episodes, we would say how, scenes would follow each other. They'd have this connection either in feel or in dialogue. Mm-hmm. And here's another example where Jerry is explaining himself to his accuser, Tia. And then the next one, we have Elaine explaining herself to Fred.
And very dramatic, over-the-top monologues here.
Oh, and another thing I wanted to point out to you. You know how we've had all these episodes that were two-parters? They all had connections that made them into these two-part episodes, which could have been an hour long.
This could be a two-parter.
Airport and the pick, because we have Tia as the link.
And a little bit of Pez dispenser.
There you go. A three-parter, if you will. Spanning a year.
And the contest with the whole
all
therapist.
Right. That's enough.
All right. There was a deleted scene here.
Yeah, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I don't know if this is the network telling Larry David the show needs to be bigger. That was one of their complaints, or at least their suggestions they had for season 4. And that was one of the reasons Larry wanted to quit. Because they thought,
we get the real Ralph Lauren on the show?
Yeah, but in the originally filmed version of the scene where Elaine is saying, I haven't seen the nipple on your soul, Elaine sent a Christmas card to Andy Rooney, the same Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes.
As opposed to
some other guy, Andy Rooney up on 10th Street.
Yeah.
No, she sent a Christmas card to Andy Rooney. Rooney calls Elaine about the nipple, and then Elaine responds with a suggestion for Rooney to use on the next episode of 60 Minutes.
Yeah,
does that make any sense whatsoever?
Sounds like a fever dream or something.
It's absurd.
Well, they can all be winners. I guess hence why it wasn't filmed, or at least it wasn't really included on any like extra features on the DVD. It's not on YouTube. You can't find this deleted scene anywhere.
Big stinkeroo.
Well, we're at Monk's. we're already at the end of the episode.
Hey, you see Elaine's got that cowgirl jacket on again?
Oh, yeah, with the little tassels.
Yeah.
Nice. It made another appearance since... God,
that's going back to season 1, isn't it?
I think they're in the back booth.
Yeah.
They're talking about...
The guy with the cats.
Yeah.
She's rubbing the
tuna?
spoon on her nose.
Was that the tuna scene, too?
That was so long ago.
Okay. Guys with cats. I don't know. Well, we're at Monk's. Elaine's wearing her little tassel shirt. And George is talking about, going up to Susan's apartment and how walking up those stairs, he felt like he made a terrible mistake. And while they're in her apartment, he's, cursing himself. How did I get into this one? And it hits him like a bolt of lightning.
The pick.
Yes.
Notice how George, when he says this, how am I going to get out of this one? Jerry and Elaine share this look like, you just told this idiot 22 minutes ago that he didn't even want to be with her. So this kind of got me thinking, George was inspired by Jerry's misfortune, of being seen in this alleged pick, and that got, Jerry lost a relationship as a result. So George uses this to his advantage to get out of his relationship with Susan. And I thought, this can't be the only time he does this. And it isn't, because he does the exact same thing in The Switch. When Jerry accidentally happens upon a menage a trois with 2 girl roommates, George uses this same strategy to hopefully get out of a relationship with his girlfriend, who happens to have a male roommate. But unfortunately for George, they're into it.
Yes.
But same thing.
Mm-hmm. A little ironic there. This has to have happened. You're right. Other times, this scene reminds me a little bit of The Red Dot, where Jerry's like, "You had sex with your cleaning lady? How did you do this?" And he's like, "Hennigan's." It's the same kind of reveal, the pick. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, and again, think about it. Susan breaks up with George yet again.
Right. She came out of the bathroom. He's up to his wrist.
But now George has never broken up with Susan.
And he never does. The only time I guess he tries to do it, similar to how am I going to get out of this one, he takes up smoking. I think that's in the wait out, right? He, or maybe it was the invitations. He takes up smoking, says, "Hey, I want a prenup." He should have just picked his nose, and then he would have been all clear. Mm-hmm. So Kramer enters with a magazine, shows the group the Calvin Klein ad he's in. I wish we could see this, by the way.
Boy, they really worked on your pectorals.
Your buttocks is sublime.
Oh, my. I'm not sure, but I think I see your...
The human body is a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of showering, a lot of shaving, a lot of cleaning, a lot of clipping, a lot of checking. If your body was a car, you wouldn't buy it. It's too much upkeep. It's a pain. But women definitely go to the absolute extreme. To me, it's amazing the way women take care of all the hair on their bodies. One of the great mysteries to me is the fact that a woman could pour hot wax on her legs, rip the hair out by the root, and still be afraid of a spider.
Boo. No, I like this one.
I'm so true. So true. No, this is dead on. I wouldn't buy my body if it was a car.
No,
too much upkeep.
Well, it's
this is also
around. It's like a Jeep.
Yeah, utilitarian. Elaine hit it.
And quit it.
Hey. But this is right off Jerry's album as well. I think he has a little bit more in his stand-up album. But
this feels a little rushed.
It's probably condensed for the sake of the show.
Yeah, it just feels like they were being a little, I don't know, they were running out of time. It flows a lot quicker than the opening stand-up. But you like it, though.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I like it when he lists things. It's like
a BuzzFeed article.
Or it's like a metro, right? It's like a metronome with like a lot of showering, a lot of shaving, a lot of cleaning, a lot of clipping. Like it's just this has these beats to it. This rhythm.
Wait up, hold up, shut up.
To be fair, though, I am the one in my marriage that is afraid of a spider, and my wife takes care of it for me.
Oh, me well, if and when, me too.
Reminds me of that Simpsons where like Marge is like, "All right, kids, when you're a grown up, you're gonna have to take care of yourself." And he's like, "Marge, there's a spider near my car keys."
I'm glad you came to me.
Yeah. Shoot, get out of here. Ratings?
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
a few of our listeners, Vinny, have asked from time to time, what is Vinny's least favorite episode? He was hinting at it a lot early on. Have we gotten to it yet? Is it this one? Is it that one?
It's coming. It's in this season, and it's probably not too far off, but I don't know what it is, but I cannot stand. Yeah. There's elements of the episode that can get to me, and I just
Probably the only time it happens in the entire show. Or is there another episode that gets?
To my knowledge, there's only the one, but we'll see.
Yes, well, it's not this one. You love this episode.
So I'm not completely biased to Seinfeld being, the greatest thing on earth, even though it is. But there's one episode.
One episode out of 180 that annoys me a little. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's perfect. Great episode too. I feel like there's a trend with us, and which really makes these ratings so dumb because I think, you love an episode, and if I love it too, I'm just a little bit below you. Typically, that seems to be our trend. Where, I love this. I love this episode. This is one of, I think, the better episodes of season 4. Mm-hmm. Just because I love the stuff with Elaine, with the nipple and nip, and here's your Christmas card. I think Kramer is incredible in this episode. The visual of Jerry picking his nose in his car is brilliant. George kind of falls by the wayside.
I was going to say his is the weakest of the storylines, which is kind of sad and rare. But he gets enough meat in all the other episodes to let the other guys have a little taste.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah. If anything, I think George probably has the most solid episodes, or at least solid scenes throughout the series. Rarely do you get an episode where it's like, wow, George really didn't have any good material this time around. Any favorite particular moments or lines that you?
I mean, we always quote the woman. What's that woman? Dana Foley.
Yes.
We do that a lot.
Even if we know who we're talking about, we'll say it, just stumble.
Yeah, which is fun. And then it all start to finish, great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we got a little taste of Newman, and Wayne Knight just so eloquent in the way he describes Newman's role in the series.
I feel like this scene doesn't get a whole lot of attention just because it's overshadowed by Michael in his underwear and the Christmas card scene. But that scene with Tia, Jerry, and Kramer with the dustbuster, I love. And that I think is more about the three actors just, having some really, just every 5 seconds, something really funny happens, whether it's, sucking up the perfume with the dustbuster, the way Michael kind of says goodbye by turning it on briefly. Mm-hmm. Very funny.
I love the Calvin Klein that I thought was a real Calvin Klein.
Mm-hmm. Clavin.
Thank you. Don't care for Fred.
Don't care for Fred. Yeah, he's, doesn't really have a lot to do. So it's like, well, what's to like about the guy?
Nothing.
And he doesn't treat your Elaine very well, does he?
Nope.
Trying to find something negative to say about this episode. Again, the lack of George. Gina Hecht is great to see, but at the same time, I wish she had a little more material to work with, at least more comedy to work with.
I know you're not happy with her being just the straight man.
Yeah, it would have been nicer to see her have. She doesn't have to be bouncing off the walls, but she did get a little bit of physical comedy, which was nice.
I would say my gripe, and probably I'm going to put words in your mouth, is the fact that they cut that scene with Michael or Kramer and Steve DeGiff, because that would have been great to have the continuity from season 3, and it was a funny scene with Michael.
Mm-hmm. So, absolutely. One thing I wanted to bring up too before we go is this episode from real little subtle moments. The way George is acting in the first scene, really distraught about Susan. It doesn't feel entirely genuine. It seems almost like a joke. I know George isn't playing around. He's being serious, but the George character wouldn't act that way, or at least wouldn't talk that way in seasons 2 and 3. I feel like we're getting little moments of the show evolving into the next stage where the actors are getting, yet again, even more comfortable with the characters. Jerry, the way he gives his really dramatic speech, I am not an animal. It's hard to describe, really, to
excellent point.
Be articulate about this sort of thing, but it just feels like we're evolving.
This is the turn. The turn is happening. We're seeing it week to week.
Yes, especially in these final season 4 episodes, especially in the movie. I feel like we see that a lot. I think the outing is a big episode where you see the characters move forward. But yeah, it's sort of dumb to say how much I love this episode and ultimately give it 9 picks up to my wrist out of 10. It's not a solid 10, but 9 is good. It's a funny episode. I like to watch it. I love the performances. I'm going to give it, a pretty good.
I will see your 9, and I'm also going to give it a 9 little round circular protuberances out of 10.
Nice.
I'll put it between a gold and a pretty good.
Oh, yeah. High praise.
I enjoyed this one.
I'm thinking for season 5, we should probably do away with the ratings.
Sure.
I mean, it's like, what's going on now? They're all going to be 9s. You know what, Vinny? I think we should use ratings, the number system for the rest of season 4, because I want to hear what number you give that episode you're not a fan of. That will be...
I think we should stop it right before that episode.
So you never know. I think we'll finish up the number ratings for this season. Then for season 5, we'll just stick with your gold, pretty good, even Steven, can't stand yous.
That's going to do it for us here this week on Seincast. Please reach out to us. Tell us what you think. Any feedback would be welcomed. We have an email, seincast@gmail.com. We have a Twitter, a Facebook, a Pinterest, a Tumblr, and an Instagram.
I think we might be getting rid of the Pinterest.
All right. Scratch that Pinterest.
I haven't updated it in like a really long time. We might just scratch it all together and just stick with the big 4. But check us out there. Check us out on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. Leave us a rating and review if you have the time. Thank you to everyone, as always, for leaving a rating and review. It means a lot. So, Vinny, what episode are we discussing next week?
We're discussing the 14th episode of Season 4, The Visa.
Wow, that's crazy. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be celebrating Seincast's 1-year anniversary, our first birthday, in a sense. Happy birthday, Seincast.
Well, birthdays are merely symbolic of how another year has gone by and how little we've grown. No matter how desperate we are that someday a better self will emerge, with each flicker of the candles on the cake, we know it's not to be. That for the rest of our sad, wretched, pathetic lives, this is who we are to the bitter end. Inevitably, irrevocably, happy birthday, no such thing.
Funny guy, huh? But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. The official Seinfeld site can be found at sonypictures.com/TV/Seinfeld. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
I'm not sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I see a nipple. What? Here, take a look. What is that?